I think the first thing to say is that Noonan syndrome, is a very variable condition and impacts people very differently. And there are people with Noonan syndrome who've got, for example, quite normal educational attainments and will live quite normal lifespans. So it's not in any way the case that diagnosis of Noonan syndrome means a shorter lifespan. I think, to be honest, Mark had the tougher end of Noonan syndrome, the more severe end of Noonan syndrome. And there's a sort of there's huge variations amongst the families with Noonan syndrome, but Mark was definitely at the tougher end of that. What he achieved in 33 years, most of us will never achieve in 70. Yeah, they won't. I haven't achieved that in 70. The impact he's had on people, never achieve that. And this is the thing about Noonan syndrome. There are all these things that, people have to manage, but there's also huge positives. When you get the children together on one of these family days, you can see it in the children that, the humour, the laughter, full of life. Why should somebody with a genetic condition and a difficult condition have such a positive view of life? But somehow they do. And that's not just Mark. I've seen it. We've seen it in these family days. You look around and you think it's just joyful. And it's almost an embracing of life in a different way from the rest of us, because the rest of us, it's all too, we let it become too complicated. They just love life, full stop. And I think Mark was very like that, but he's not the only one. The process, which was very thorough and very correct, was to ask permission to film. And of course, Mark, well, yeah, great, yeah, sure. He was starting to feel a bit better by this time. I said to you, he's quite an outgoing character. There was no way he was going to say no to that question. So he gets, so they said to him, look, we're going to have to talk to your parents when they get here, because we know that we can't take, your entire just on your own, but we'll mic you up. We'll record some things, and then, we'll talk to your parents. If we don't want to go ahead, then it just all gets, canned. I want to do it. So he gets the mic. The foreign carer gets the mic put round her. We turn up, and there's he sitting in bed in A&E, not looking great and not feeling particularly well, but still got a smile with this stuff. Oh, Dad, you got to put one of these on now, Dad, because we're recording. Really? So none of us had any choice, really, to be honest with you. We didn't have a choice. We're all mic'd up while we're there, and they're filming, and, there's loads of film, and that's how it came about. They came to the house. They spent a full day with us filming, a lot of stuff, which then got sort of boiled down, obviously, to that program and that section in that program. Amazing amount of film that they did take, which then got brought down to that. He just loved it. He loved to see what was happening, and I think it was very special to, in some way, raise the profile of Noonan syndrome. It was never going to be a medical program, with lots of medical stuff in it, because they didn't want that. And it is more about the family and the story. But there were enough mentions of Noonan syndrome there for people to get some sort of knowledge of Noonan syndrome from it. And the most incredible thing, and this is incredible, it's been shown so many times. It was shown a few months ago in the States, and an American family, the sister of a 50-year-old man, watched it and worked out from watching it that her brother probably had Noonan syndrome, took him to a geneticist in the States, and he has got Noonan syndrome, and they gave him full medical sort of examinations then, and they picked up the fact that he had the beginnings of skin cancer. And she has written the most amazing letter to us to say, had it not been for your son making that program, my brother probably wouldn't be with us, because we wouldn't have picked up on this. We'd never have realised. We certainly would have known he had Noonan Syndrome. We knew he had something, but we'd never known what it was. My wife and I say that's the power of Mark still working even now.